As-salamu alaykum, brothers and sisters. I'm Hamza. Welcome to Epic Ummah. In part 2, the Battle of Uhud began with Muslim success. Ali and Hamza led us to victory, cutting through the Quraish lines with unmatched bravery. But the tide turned when the archers, stationed on the hill, disobeyed the Prophet's command to hold their position. Drawn by the lure of spoils, they abandoned their post, allowing Khalid ibn al-Walid to strike from behind with his cavalry. The Prophet was wounded, rumors of his death spread, and we were pushed back in chaos. Now, in part 3, we face the aftermath of this bitter defeat and find strength amid the ruins. The clash of swords fades, replaced by an eerie silence that weighs heavily on the soul. 70 Muslims lie dead, their bodies scattered like fallen leaves across the dunes. Among them is Hamza, the Prophet's uncle, his once mighty frame now still, his corpse mutilated by Hind's cruel vengeance. She stands over him, her voice a venomous song piercing the air. "I've avenged Badr!" The Quraish women join her, their hands desecrating our fallen heroes, tearing at their dignity in a frenzy of triumph. The Prophet, bloodied but resolute, leads us to a narrow pass in the shadow of Mount Uhud. His face is swollen from the wounds. A stone had struck him, splitting his lip and breaking a tooth, yet his eyes remain calm, a beacon of hope in our despair. Fatima, his beloved daughter, kneels beside him, her hands trembling as she cleans his wounds with a damp cloth. Tears streak her dust-covered face, but she works with quiet determination, her love for her father shining through her grief. The companions mourn their losses. A young man, barely out of his teens, cradles the body of his father, his sobs echoing through the valley like a mournful wind. Another, a seasoned warrior with scars from past battles, sits silently, staring at the horizon, his face a mask of grief and disbelief. The weight of our defeat presses down on us all, yet the Prophet's presence steadies us. He is our rock, our guiding light in this dark hour. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the battlefield, the Prophet gathers us together. We are a weary and wounded group, our bodies battered, our spirits bruised. Yet his presence commands our attention, drawing us like moths to a flame. "My brothers," he begins, his voice steady despite the pain etched into his features. "Today we have suffered a great loss. Many of our beloved companions have fallen, and we are all grieving. But know this is a test from Allah. He tests those he loves, and through these trials, we grow stronger." He pauses, his gaze sweeping over us, meeting each pair of eyes with unwavering resolve. "We must learn from our mistakes. The archer's disobedience cost us dearly, but we must not dwell on blame. Instead, let us take this as a lesson in obedience and unity. We are one Ummah, and only together can we overcome our enemies." His words sink into our heart, stirring a flicker of hope. Yes, we have lost, but we are not defeated. The Prophet continues, "Let us honor our fallen by living up to their legacy. Let us be brave, steadfast, and faithful. Allah is with us, and with His help, we will prevail." We bow our heads in prayer, seeking strength and forgiveness from Allah. The Prophet's address has lifted our spirits, and though the sorrow remains. The next morning, as we are still reeling from our losses, Abu Sufyan climbs a ridge overlooking the battlefield. His voice booms across the expanse, dripping with arrogance. "Is Muhammad alive?" he shouts. We remain silent, our hearts pounding in our chests. "What of Abu Bakr? Umar?" Still, we hold our tongues, unwilling to give him the satisfaction. He grins, his teeth flashing in the sunlight. "They're dead then." Umar, unable to bear the insult, steps forward, his towering frame trembling with rage. His face is flushed, his eyes blazing like twin fires. "Liar!" he thunders, his voice shaking the air. "They live, and we'll make you pay for your treachery." Abu Sufyan's smirk falters for a moment. He knows we're not broken. He tries to regain his composure, shouting taunts as the Quraish pack their belongings. But I can see the doubt creeping into his eyes. He thought he had crushed us, yet here we stand, defiant and unbowed. The Prophet sends Ali to scout their movements. Ali returns swiftly, his face grim but resolute. "They're on camels, heading south," he reports. "To Makkah," the Prophet says, a note of relief in his voice. "They won't strike Medina, not today." But Abu Sufyan's parting words linger like a dark cloud. "We will meet again at Badr. I know that day will come, and we must be ready." With the Quraysh gone, we turn our attention to the wounded. The battlefield transforms into a scene of quiet urgency. Men groan in agony, their bodies torn by sword and spear. We help carry a companion to a makeshift tent where the women have begun tending to the injured. Fatima is among them, her hands skilled and gentle as she cleans and bandages wounds. Despite her own grief, she works tirelessly, her face a mask of determination. The Prophet moves among the wounded, offering words of comfort and prayer. He stops by a young man whose leg is badly injured, the bone exposed beneath torn flesh. "Be strong, my son," he says softly, placing a hand on the man's shoulder. "Allah is with you." The young man manages a weak smile, drawing strength from the Prophet's presence. As night falls, we light fires to keep warm and to signal our enduring resolve. The air is thick with the scent of smoke and blood, but our spirits, though low, remain unbroken. Our faith holds us together, a thread of light in the darkness. The next day, we rise, bruised and weary, our bodies protesting every movement. The Prophet stands before us, his voice ringing with authority. "Only those who fought yesterday march with me." Despite our wounds, we gather our strength and prepare to march the 10 miles to Hamrat-ul-Asad, a bold show of defiance. The journey is grueling. Every step sends jolts of pain through our legs, but we press on, driven by the Prophet's unwavering determination. His face, swollen and bruised, is a testament to his sacrifice, yet he leads us with a spirit that refuses to yield. Along the way, we encounter a group of Bedouins, their eyes wide with curiosity and pity. "Where are you going?" one asks. "To Hamrat-ul-Asad," the Prophet replies, his voice firm, "to show our enemies that we are still strong." The Bedouin nods, impressed by our resolve. "May Allah be with you," he says. When we reach Hamrat-ul-Asad, we set up camp. For 4 nights we light fires, their glow a beacon of our defiance piercing the desert night. The Quraysh are gone, their victory hollow. Amid the pain, we feel a surge of pride. We have endured. That night, we sit around the campfire, the flickering flames casting shadows on our weary faces. We reflect on the battle, each of us sharing our burdens. "I was on the mountain with the archers," one companion confesses, his voice heavy with regret. "I saw the spoils and thought the battle was won. I disobeyed the Prophet's command, and for that, I am deeply sorry." Another speaks up, his tone resolute. "We all make mistakes, but we must learn from them. Next time we will be more disciplined, more united." Another nod in agreement. Uhud was a hard lesson, but it has forged us anew. We will not repeat our errors. The Prophet listens, his eyes thoughtful. "Allah tests us to purify us," he says. "Let us emerge from this trial with greater faith and resolve." We spend the night in prayer and reflection, seeking forgiveness and strength, our hearts renewed with determination. Uhud was no triumph, but a lesson carved in blood and sand. We lost Hamza and 70 others because of disobedience, yet the Prophet forgave the archers, his mercy a testament to his boundless character. Khalid's tactical genius humbled us, but our faith held firm. The Quraish boasted of their victory, yet they could not destroy us. Abu Sufyan vowed to meet us again at Badr. Next time, we'll be ready, armed with the wisdom of our trials. As I look back, we see Uhud not just as a physical struggle, but a spiritual one. It tested our obedience, our unity, and our trust in Allah's plan. Though we faltered, we did not break. The lessons of Uhud will guide us forward, etched into our souls. The Battle of Uhud was a trial of obedience and resilience. We faltered, but we rose, stronger and wiser. What lies ahead for the Muslims? Subscribe to Epic Ummah and join us for the next episode in this saga of faith and destiny.